Here, Betty is right. Again, she caught us here. This is not triangles. This is print underscore triangle. Yeah, this lady is very serious, oh, and this is not even tray bichi, tray something. It's triangle. Yeah. So we can now save and ask Betty if we are free to leave the prison. Yes, Betty says we are free to leave the prison. Perfect, ladies and gentlemen. Not to sleep again. You are welcome again at Genius Villagers, a village where we share knowledge and grow together. We are just like the root that collects the nutrients for the plant so the plant can give the best fruits for its consumers. Okay, let's continue. Okay, so we have accomplished up to task 10. Now we have task 11. Task 11 is saying that the prime factors of this are these ones and this. Now we want to write a program that finds and prints the largest prime factor for this number here, followed by a new line. Now we are allowed to use standard library. Your program will compile with this. Perfect. So we need to write that program. And again, this one is going to be for you to explain in the description, so feel free to be able to explain this to all of us so that we can understand. This is an assignment for all of us guys. Let's all participate and make this a beautiful one. Okay? Yep. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're not using main dot something here, so we're just going direct to creating this file. Enter in here. What do we call? We call the normal include for standard input and output header, and we give this thing a description here. The description of main being that we are this finds largest prime factors. Yeah, that's what the question is asking. Prime factor of the number let's just copy this number of this number here. It finds and prints Then after that we need a return statement. Return. Okay, just what is going to give us a 0. Let's close the comment, get out of there, and then set an into main with the no arguments in it, and set it up. Okay, so now we set our integer, which is a long prime number. Yeah, it's a long one, something really long. So long with this value here. Wow. So now we're going to use a loop that's going to run. So we say while div is greater, no, is less than our prime divided normal division by 2, while that's the case, so if prime, the modulus of prime modulus 2 is equivalent to 0, is equivalent to 0, then the prime should be divided or equal to 2. Okay, so once that's the case, continue doing this, running this loop of the code. Continue. But for div equals to 3, if for div equals to 3 and the div is less than the division is less than the result of prime divided by 2, so this is about prime numbers, then div should be incremented plus 2. If prime modulus of div is equivalent to 0, then prime is going to be equal to the division of div. Otherwise, what we want to do is now to print out the value. We want to print out the value of give us the value of prime. That's what we want. Then plus a return value that's going to be a breaker or finisher of the breaking out of the loop. So that this is the solution here. We set long prime equivalent to that plus another value which is division, which is going to perform the division. So here we say that while div is less than the prime number, divided the division prime number divided by 2. So if the modulus of prime number, if the prime number modulus 2 is equivalent to 0, then print prime number should be equivalent to the division of 2, should be equal division of 2, and continue the program. But if this is equal to 3, then div will be greater, will be less or equal to the division of this, but then you keep on increasing it by 2. So if this is the case, and the modulus of the prime number modulus of division is equivalent to 0. So then now the prime number should be equivalent to the division of div. So what we want is to print out the value of the prime number and finish the program. So this is how this was to be written. Now the other thing is, like I said, I request people to have more discussions and bring out, if you have another understanding of this, please bring it out, and let's get this engaging. Let's push this. Let's learn faster, man. Let's learn this thing. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So this was the code for this exercise, and I hope this also makes sense. Let's dive into the next one, and then we call it a day for this program, right? We call it a day for this program. Okay, so let's save this out. Now this is saved. Now the next thing is, usually we need to use Betty and tell Betty to check if her program is right. Betty is going to say, I don't know this number. My friend, you now give me this number. What is this number doing now? Okay, so here let's check. Betty is saying that we have a lot of trailing, whatever is white, trailing white spaces, line 4 and line 26. Line 4 and line 26. So let's check this out and see. Let's set the number, and then we see line 4 and line 26. Line 4, let's zoom this out. Line 4 and line 26. Okay, so Betty is complaining of this here. I don't think this should be an issue. Okay,